ईश्वरी Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stanvanti Devyastavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramo Panishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyana Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Let us chant from verse number 7. 7 to 14. Jitatmanah prashantasya paramatma samahitah shitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamanayoho jnana vijnana triptatma Kutastho vijitendriyah yukta ityuchyate yogi samaloshtasma kanchanah suhrin mitraryudasena madhyasthadveshya bandhushu sadhushvapi cha papeshu samabuddhirvishishyate Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthitah ekakiyata chittatma nirashira parigrahah shuchau deshe pratisthapya sthiramasanam natyuchritam nati nicham Chailajina kuchottaram tatraikagram manah krutva yata chittendriya kriyah upavishyasane yunjyat yogamatma vishuddhaye samam kaya shiro grivam Samprekshya nasikagram swam dishaschanavalokayan prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari prate stitah manas samyamyamatchittah yukta asita matparah. So the chapter on meditation starts with the qualification for meditation. So what is the qualification? So Bhagavan says, such a person who is a sannyasi alone can meditate. But what is the definition of sannyasa? Sarva sankalpa sannyasi is a real sannyasi. Giving up all sankalpas. So we have to understand what the sankalpa is. So how do we unintelligently live our life? This we have to understand. So what is the way we interact with the sense objects? Karma. Then what happens? That sense object gives me either sukha or dukkha, joy or sorrow. That is the second one, karma, sukha, dukkha. What is the next one? Raga, dvesha. Whatever gives joy to me, I get attached to it. Whatever gives sorrow to me, I dislike it. Raga, dvesha. Then what is the next one? Whatever gives me joy, In order to get more and more of it, I again perform karma. So the cycle is karma, sukha dukkha, ragadvesha, ragadvesha prerita karma. So this is the cycle. Karma, sukha dukkha, ragadvesha. So in this cycle is called a vicious cycle. What happens? Ragadvesha becomes intense. Addiction becomes intense. Habit formation starts happening. So that is why Bhagavan says, Yada na indriyartheshu karmasu anushajyate sarvasankalpa sannyasi yogarudha tada uchyate. So this is how the sankalpa is formed. This is how habits are formed. This is how attachments are formed. Likes and dislikes are formed. So in this vicious cycle, you will find that the more and more I perform action based on my likes and dislikes, more and more these likes and dislikes starts gaining root in me. And a time comes when these likes and dislikes, they start ruling me. And what is the expression that I am ruled by my likes and dislikes? At the seat of meditation, this mind goes towards the objects of likes and dislikes. This wandering of the mind in the fields of likes and dislikes is called as sankalpa. So such a person, when he meditates, what will he be doing? He will be helplessly wandering along with his mind, which is addicted to likes and dislikes. Such a person is unfit for meditation. So therefore, then what is the way out? The way out is karma yoga. What happens in karma yoga? You are still in the world, you are still interacting with the sense objects of the world, but your karma is not ragadvesha prerita karma. Your karma is vidhi nishedha prerita karma. This is right, therefore I am doing it. This is what pleases the Lord, therefore I am doing it. This is what is righteous, therefore I am doing it. I am doing it not because I like it, I am doing it because this is a right thing to do. So when actions are performed in this way, not based on likes and dislikes, but based on the do's and don'ts, then such actions don't bind us. Such actions performed as a worship of the Lord, to please the Lord, such actions will only purify the mind. So such a person becomes free from likes and dislikes, and such a mind which is free from likes and dislikes, how does it behave at the seat of meditation? That mind is available for meditation. So this is the qualification. So, such a person who has prepared the mind, he should choose a solitary place, sit in solitude, in a comfortable asana, in a comfortable posture. There should be one posture which we must be very comfortable. Whatever the posture may be, it can be Padmasana, it can be Sukhasana, it can be Vajrasana. One asana where you are able to sit for at least 1 hour comfortably without moving. And that is called as asana siddhi. So after that, the body is no more troubling you. Otherwise, what will happen? 10 minutes you sit, you want to go on changing your position. And every time you want to change, you are disturbing the mind. With practice that comes, you are able to sit for a long time. Whatever training you give to your mind and training you give to your body, the body will behave accordingly. So learn to sit motionless in a particular asana whichever asana it may be, with the backbone straight, perpendicular to the ground. So take care of all these things, and then finally comes the mind. So what is the instruction given here? Vigata bhihi manaha sanyamya. Now we are taking a journey inward. So this journey is a journey inward. It is not a journey outward. When we go out, we need sense organs. We need eyes, ears, etc. But now in this journey, all the sense organs are useless. Just like in a flight, the tires are useless. So what do? Just fold it and keep it aside. As far as eyes are concerned, close it. Ears cannot be closed, so therefore select some place of solitude, solitary place where there is no much. But again, don't be too picky about little sound. Something and all will be there. You will never find a place which is absolutely silent. Comparatively silent place, so that distractions are minimum. But then the most important thing is, what are you doing with your mind? So here it is said, free from all fears. Vigatabhi. Why this instruction is given? This instruction is given because the moment you shut off all the sense organs, and then the moment you close your eyes and then try to go within, the nature of the mind is, whatever situations have been handled in the past in an improper way, all those impressions, vasana starts bubbling up. The impurity starts surfacing. This is the nature of the body, this is the nature of the mind also. If there is some impurity in the body, what will it do? It will push it out, push it towards the surface. As far as the body is concerned, pus will come, and through the pus that impurity is taken out. Body cannot stand impurity. In the same way, mind cannot stand impurity. The nature of the mind is purity. So anything which is impure, it will bubble up. It will. Any situation which you have wrongly handled through likes and dislikes, through attachment, aversion, etc., all those things will bubble up. So don't get scared at that time. And we don't know what all things have been stored inside. In infinite past birth, these will come, but then don't get scared. What is the way to remain without fear? So here Bhagavan says, Mat chittaha mad paraha. Keep your mind in me, Mat chittaha. Keep your intellect in me, Mat paraha. This is very important. See, we are actually not talking about a person who is a beginner in spirituality. He is a person who has already purified the mind through Karma Yoga. And now he has qualified himself to do Dhyana Yoga. So therefore, for such a person, actually Vigata Bhi doesn't apply. It is applicable only to the beginners, who without purifying the mind directly enter into meditation. As for a person who has already done Karma Yoga, he is already in relationship with God. His relationship with God is very strong. His faith is strong, love is strong, devotion is strong. He has already made a good relationship with God. So for him, fixing the mind upon God is not at all difficult because there is love there. Wherever there is love, fixing the mind there is very easy. If I ask you, meditate upon the person whom you love the most, will it be difficult? It is not. Greater the love, easier the absorption of the mind upon the chosen altar. So, in Karma Yoga itself, this person has already attained to a great state of purity. He knows that God is with me. God is ever paying attention to me. His love for me is infinite. His love for me is unconditional. With this knowledge, when you meditate upon God, automatically mind gets fixed upon God. Macchittaha. So Vigata Bhihi doesn't actually apply for him. All the fear is because you don't know what is inside. All the fear is because you don't have faith in God. All the fear is because you are disconnected from God. When you are disconnected from God, you are disconnected from light. When you are disconnected from light, you are filled with darkness. In darkness, yes, fear can come. In light, there is no fear. Macchitta, mind fully absorbed in me, mind filled with devotion for me, Bhagavan says. Not only there is devotion at the level of emotion in the mind, there is also valuing God at the intellect. That's why the next term, Mat Para, keeping me as the highest. Why is God the highest? God is highest because He is the very support of the whole world. He is the very support of Jivatma. In fact, He is the one who is giving reality to everything. He is Sat Swarupa, nature of existence. Whatever is existing in this world, they only have a borrowed existence, borrowed from consciousness. So intellect is rooted in this truth. Minus God, everything is zero. This is called as Mat Para. So there is love at the emotional level. There is reverence, there is respect, there is valuing at the intellectual level. Both are necessary. Love is also necessary, valuing is also necessary. It is possible that you may love someone but you don't value that person. Or put in other words, respect that person. Loving is one thing, respecting is another thing. You may love something but you don't value that thing. Example, churmuri, junk food. Junk food, you love it, but do you value it? It doesn't contribute to your health. It will only take away. All the programs of entertainment, you may love it, but you don't value it. A bitter medicine, you value it, but you will not love it. So loving is one thing, valuing is another thing. One is at the mind level, the other is at the intellect level. So here Bhagavan says, Macchitta Matpara. Let your entire personality be turned to me. Loving as well as valuing. So at the seat of meditation, what are you doing? At the seat of meditation, you will find two entities. What are the two entities? The thoughts at the mind level and the witnessing consciousness witnessing the thoughts. Two entities. Who is this witnessing consciousness? That is what is Mat, me. So when Bhagavan says, meditate upon me, who is this me? Not this Radha Krishna, Yashoda Nandana. No. In chapter 6, that is not the Krishna which has to be meditated upon. Then that's a different kind of meditation. Here, you have to meditate on God as He is. Who is He? Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Sthitah Kshetrajñam Chapi Mam Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. I am that light of consciousness, the knowing principle, the Atma, the Self, the I principle. So that is a meditation which is to be done. So at the seat of meditation we find the witness witnessing the thoughts. And who is this witness? Bhagavan himself as consciousness. Now we have a choice. What is the choice we have? Either we can get carried away by the thoughts by giving importance to thoughts, or we can just witness the thoughts by paying attention to the witnessing consciousness. This is the choice we have at the seat of meditation. Suppose mind is filled with likes and dislikes, then what will happen? I will not be able to pay attention to consciousness. My entire attention will be upon the worldly thoughts of the mind. And the more and more I am attached to these thoughts, more and more I am dragged by those thoughts into the world of things, beings and situations. This is where the sankalpa power comes. If my likes and dislikes are intense, I will be washed away from that witnessing state towards witnessed things, beings and situations. This is what is called as a wandering mind. This is where preparation comes. But suppose the mind is prepared, mind is pure, then what will happen? Even when the worldly thoughts comes, you are not pulled into the whirlpool of the world. You are able to remain as witness. You are able to remain as consciousness. Your attention is still upon consciousness. You are not tempted to pay attention to the worldly thoughts. The worldly currents cannot wash you away. In Ganga Snanam, when you go to take bath in Ganga, they have this chain, you see, Haridwar and all. The Ganga is flowing in tremendous power. So what do? You hold on to the chain and float, isn't it? In the same way, at the seat of meditation, the thoughts are coming, one after the other. But now that you have purified your mind, you are able to hold on. Where are you holding on to? You can't hold on to the thoughts because thoughts are continuously changing, flowing. You are holding on to something which is constant, something which is not changing. Kutastha, heard you that term? You are holding on to that. So just like you hold on to the chain and remains firm, in the same way you are able to hold on to consciousness without getting carried away by the thoughts appearing in consciousness. So that is the meaning Macchittaha Madpara, because you know the glory of this consciousness. What is the glory? It is the very support of the whole world. It is the very Lord in me, because of which I am alive. That infinite reality, who has infinite love for me, who is ever with me, ever paying attention to me, ever concerned about me, my father, my mother, the support. So in this way, mind and intellect both, they give value to this presence in me. With a heart filled with devotion for God, with an intellect filled with clarity about what this consciousness is, the glory and the greatness of this consciousness. So, with an all-out seeking, you are holding on to this consciousness. That is the meaning? Manas sanyamya macchitta yukta asita matpara. Then what will happen? Next verse. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasah shantim nirvana paramam mat samsthamadhigacchati yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasah shantim nirvana paramam mat samsthamadhigacchati. Yes. Niyatamanasah. In this way, mind fully under his control. Yogi evam atmanam sada yunjan. Constantly fixing his mind upon that Supreme Self. What happens to him? Shantim adhigacchati. He attains peace. What kind of peace? Nirvana paramam. Supreme. The bliss of liberation, which is infinite bliss. Bhagavan says, Mat samstham, which is my nature. So when you are shifting your attention to consciousness, what is the proof that you are truly paying attention to consciousness? The proof is you start experiencing the properties of consciousness. This is the law. Whatever you get identified with, you start experiencing that property. You identified with the body, then you will start experiencing the properties of the body, limitations of the body, miseries of the body, pains of the body. But when your identification is with consciousness, when your absorption is in consciousness, then you start experiencing the properties of consciousness. What is the property of consciousness? Satchit Ananda. So that Ananda aspect is mentioned here. It is infinite bliss. Bhagavan says, such nirvana paramam shantim adhigacchati, which is my nature, mat samstha. So this is the true way to become happy. Shifting your attention to the self in you. This is the healthiest way of becoming happy. The best way, the sattvic way. It is not some limited happiness, it is infinite bliss. Nirvana parama. For duplicate things, cheap price is enough. But to get the original, there is a price. There is a heavy price. In this world also it is true. Cheap things, cheap price. Quality stuff, quality price. You see? The bliss of a yogi, the highest. Why? He has put so much of effort. There is so much of discipline. So much of time he has spent in cultivating such a pure mind, disciplined mind. Whole life he has dedicated to prepare his mind. And therefore, the bliss also is quality bliss. And now the topic suddenly changes to Bahiranga Sadhana. What are the general disciplines with respect to eating and sleeping and recreation? How a yogi must be. A general instruction. 16 and 17. Natyasnatastu yogosti na chaikantamanasnataha न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन नात्यश्नतस्तु योगोऽस्ति न चैकान्तमनश्नतः न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. Arjuna, ati ashnatah yogah na asti. For a person who eats too much, there is no yoga. For a glutton, forget about yoga. What will happen if he eats too much? At the seat of meditation, he will snore off. As Gurudev used to say, there is no blood enough to go to the brain, everything will go to the stomach only. Nacha ekantam anasnatah. Now the other extreme, you don't eat at all. No way. What is the problem here? There is no energy at all to meditate. Or he will be constantly thinking of food. Food meditation will happen. So don't go to the extremes, that's the whole point. Nachati swapnashilasya, ati swapnashilasya yoga nasti. For a person who sleeps too much, jagrato naiva charjana. On the other hand, he doesn't sleep at all. For him also there is no yoga. So then what should we do? Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmatu. Everything should be moderate. Moderate in eating, moderate in sleeping, moderate in all kinds of activities. Everything be moderate. Don't go to extremes. Then what will happen? If you are moderate in everything, yoga dukkha bhavati. For such a person, yoga becomes a destroyer of suffering. Dukkha. Dukkham hanti iti dukkha. Be moderate in everything. Whether it is eating, whether it is sleeping, whether it is recreation. Swamiji, how do you know whether something is moderate or excess? You will know. We cannot say this many hours you must sleep. No, each and every body is different. Metabolism is different. Needs are different. So we cannot say eat only 2 chapatis. No, it depends on whether you are 50 kilo or 150 kilo. So you will know. When you have eaten moderately, you are comfortable. When you are eaten too much, you are not at ease. When you have eaten less, again you are not at ease. So that ease, dukkha, when you are at ease, that is called as moderation. And one more thing is there, as you progress in spirituality, this level will go on changing. For example, in the beginning, maybe a 15 minutes of meditation is enough for you. But slowly it will go to 30 minutes, then 1 hour. And a time comes when 1 hour is also not sufficient. There is a hunger for more. So just like when you have not eaten too much, the hunger is there. In the same way, there is something called spiritual hunger. What is spiritual hunger? When you have not done enough sadhana for the day, you are not happy, you are not satisfied. You feel a little more I should have done. Who is guiding you from within? Your own pure mind. Through the pure mind, it is the Lord who guides. So as you progress, slowly, this so-called moderation, it will change from person to person, with time to time. So there is nothing called standard. You have to go on listening to the inner voice and take a call. As the mind becomes more and more pure, you enjoy doing sadhana. Pure mind loves meditating upon God, thinking of God, reflecting upon God. That's a sign of a pure mind. An impure mind is allergic to God. Just like a rusted iron never feels the pull of the magnet. In the same way, an impure mind doesn't feel the pull towards spirituality. Whereas a pure iron, it pulls, gets pulled. So as the mind becomes more and more pure, slowly your lifestyle also changes. Routine changes. Hey, I must get up early in the morning. Sattvic moments I should not waste in sleeping. I should get up early. And this I should do. More time. I should cut off all useless things. News channel, this, that, nonsense. I get more time. May I use more and more time in doing more and more sadhana. This is a sign of a pure mind. But don't exert yourself. If you are fit only for 1 hour meditation, don't do 6 hours meditation. Then what will happen? Only dukkha will be there, not dukkha. Loose motion will happen then. Don't overdo anything, even if it is good. Overdoing meditation will unnecessarily give headache. So this is one good measuring, rod. When I am doing my sadhana, am I happy? Or am I unnecessarily forcing myself? Am I enjoying my sadhana? So as much as you are enjoying it, good. That is what. That much only you need to do. Dukkha. Now Bhagavan again comes back to the same topic of meditation. So the next topic is about Dhyana Swarupam. Verse number 18. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanyevavatishthate nisprahas sarvakamebhyah yukta ityuchyate tada yada viniyatam chittam atmanyevavatishthate nisprahas sarvakamebhyah yukta ityuchyate tada. Yes. What is a sign that my meditation is truly progressing? At the seat of meditation, what should happen? So this is called as Dhyana Swarupam, the nature of meditation. Yada viniyatam chittam, the withdrawn mind. Withdrawn from what? Withdrawn from the world, from the worldly thoughts. That mind is withdrawn. Atmani eva avatishtate. When that mind avatishtate, resides, abides, where? Atmani, in the self, in consciousness. Atmani eva. Eva means what? Only, nowhere else. The mind, what is the nature of the mind now? It is not thinking of any object, fully withdrawn, firmly abiding in consciousness. Nisprihaha sarvagamibhyah, such a mind which is free from all kinds of worldly desires. Tada yuktaha iti uchyate. Then we can say, yes, this person has become yuktaha, united with the truth. Perfectly united. This is a perfect state of meditation. This is the goal to be achieved. Ideal state. Mind is fully absorbed in the self. So in the initial stage, what happens? The mind goes to the world. Then again you have to withdraw the mind to the self. Again the mind goes to the world. Again it comes. So this Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi calls as Virala Chintana. Ajyadharaya srotasasamam sarala chintanam viralatah param. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. So, this defines what is called as vasana exhaustion. How do you define vasana exhaustion? When the mind is easily able to withdraw from that sense object and effortlessly abide in the self, then we can say that particular vasana has been exhausted. How effortlessly you are able to think of an object and drop the object. If there is vasana, what will happen? You think of the object, you get stuck in the object and die in the object. Whirlpool. That's a sign of vasana. What is the sign of vasanalessness? You think of the object and there is absolutely no effort in dropping the object. Nispriha sarvagamibhyah. Then understand vasana has been exhausted. Otherwise, vasana is still there. So this is one way of understanding where all are my vasanas. Where all do I get stuck? Where all vasanas are there. So that highest state, you have exhausted all vasanas. What is the proof? Viniyatam chittam. Easily the mind is withdrawn. Nispriha sarvakamibhyah. No desires at all. There is nobody in the world, no entity in the world which can trap the mind and prevent it from coming towards the self. So that mind, what happens to that mind? Atmani bhavatishtati. Both should happen. Dropping of the sense object and abidance in the self. Then only we can say it is a perfect state of meditation. Otherwise, what will just dropping the object alone will not do. That happens in sleep also. So when at the seat of meditation, when we sleep, what happens? Viniyatam chittam. Mind is withdrawn. There are no desires also. But then that is not called meditation. Why? Atmani avasthanam doesn't happen. Both should happen. Then that is perfect. For such a person, there is nothing to gain. So, actually there are two types of education which has to be given to the mind. Only then this will happen. What are the two types? Number one, the defects of the sense objects. Only then the mind can withdraw from the sense objects. Defect of the sense object. Number two, the glory of the self. Only then the mind will go towards consciousness. What happens if you know the glory of the self but not the defect of the sense object? Then what will happen? At times when the mind is not abiding in the self, the mind will be attracted to the sense object. You got it? There are times you abide in the self, yes. The bliss of the self is much higher than the pleasure of the sense object. Mind will not be. But there are times when you are not abiding. At that time, the sense objects appear to be pleasure-giving, and immediately the mind goes there. Something is better than nothing. Mind goes there. You are trapped. So both are necessary. Nispriha sarvagamibhya at the sense object level. Atmanyeva avasthanam at the self level. Both are necessary. So the whole spirituality is nothing but right understanding. That is why the term dhiraha is often used in Upanishads. The whole journey is the journey of right understanding. Right understanding with regard to the world of objects, right understanding with regard to the Supreme Self. So this is the perfect state of yoga. The mind is fully withdrawn from the sense object. The mind is fully absorbed in the self. Yukta ityuchyate tada. Bhagavan, can you give an example? Yeah, why not? Verse number 19 is an example. Yatha deepo nivatasthaha Ningate sopama smrita Yogino yata chittasya Yunjato yogamatmanaha Yatha deepo nivatasthaha Ningate sopama smrita Yogino yata chittasya Yunjato yogamatmanaha. Yes. What is the example? Yatha nivatasthaha deepaha. So now a yogi's mind which is absorbed in the self, not at all wavering due to the attraction of the sense objects. His mind is compared. Compared with what? Deepa, like the flame, lamp, the flame of the lamp. What kind of flame? Nivatastha deepa. Just like a lamp is kept in a place where there is no breeze. It is well protected. So how will that flame be? Steady, constant, not wavering, just going upwards. No movement at all. It appears as though it is totally still, as though nothing is happening also there. But so many things are happening. Still. No movement. In the same way, a yogi's mind. Atmanaha yogam yunjata yoginasya yoginaha yata chittasya. So such a yogi's mind is like that flame. Still, unwavering. Ramana Maharshi gives the example of Ajya Dhara, the flow of ghee or oil. How constantly, steadily, without any interruption, effortlessly that oil flows during Abhishek, etc. when we do. Ajya Dharaya Srota Sasana. This is called as Sarala Chintana. Steady, uninterrupted, effortless. That way, the mind is absorbed in the self. In the beginning, the mind goes out, comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out, comes in. But as the practice improves, remains in, now and then goes out. In the beginning, remains out, now and then comes in. They are all different stages. Everybody has to go through these stages. Sarala Chintanam and then Virala. Virala Chintanam, then finally Sarala Chintanam. In the beginning, 60-minute meditation, 59 minutes out. 1 minute, one glimpse you get. But that one glimpse is enough. You are charged up. That one glimpse. You are inspired to put forth more effort. Bhagavan, out of his grace, he gives that glimpse. Not because we are qualified. Le pakad. At least 1 hour he has been sitting. 1 minute, take. Compassion. Teshameva anukampartham aham ajñājantamah nāshayami atmabhavastaha jnana deepena bhasata. We are sitting there in meditation. Nothing is happening. Only wandering is happening. So then Bhagavan's heart melts. Poor fellow. He has given up all his work and he is sitting here. One glimpse. Anukampartham. That one glimpse is enough. At least that 1 minute. Like torchlight in the darkness, suddenly one torchlight. You see something. That is enough. At least a faith in the scriptures come. Yes, it must be true. Because I got a glimpse of it. Then you know that carrot and stick thing? Same thing happens here also. Or how you train the dog. How you train the dog? Bantu, sit down. The fellow sits. 1 biscuit. Lie down. The fellow lies down. 1 more biscuit. Bhagavan also trains her like that. Little effort we put, he will give a little sample of bliss. And that bliss, we are inspired. We put more effort, more effort, more effort. And more effort, more bliss. More bliss, more inspiration. Slowly from Virala Chintanam we go to Sarala Chintanam. And slowly, this bliss becomes a constant experience. More and more intense experience. There is intensity and there is duration. And final stages, you get established there. That is what is being spoken of here. So then, the mind is like that flame. Unwavering flame. In a breezeless pot. So what is the breeze here? The breeze of vasanas. What is the flame? The mind, absorbed in the self. Then what happens? Verse number 20. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyate yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati. Yes. Yoga sevaya niruddham chittam uparamate. Through this practice of yoga, that mind, what is the state of the mind now? Niruddham, restrained, withdrawn from the world. Now what is the state of the mind? It is absorbed in the self. What happens to that mind? Uparamate, subsides, becomes silent, quiet. If the mind is quiet, then who is experiencing it? How do we know? All knowing happens through mind. No. To know the self, you don't need the mind. Atmana atmanam atmani pashyan tushyati. Actually speaking, even the mind vanishes. The self knows the self by itself. Atmanam pashyati, atmana pashyati, atmani pashyati. It sees the self by the self, in the self, and is contented in the self. That means there is no mind? Yeah. But without mind, how do you know? How do you know that there is a self? For the self to know itself, no mind is necessary. Why? The nature of the self is Chit. Chit means what? Knowing is its nature. An entity whose nature is knowing, does it need anything else to know? Does it need an instrument to know? No. Knowing is its nature. It knows itself by itself. What is the role of the mind? Uparamati. Shantam. Quiet. What is the definition of mind? Flow of thoughts. So, what is the definition of mind? No thoughts. That means what? No mind. There is no mind. Self knows itself by itself. Manasam tu kim margane krute naiva manasam marga arjavat. When you witness the mind, there is no mind. You know what it means? There is no world also. Why there is no world? World is experienced with the mind. But the mind is silenced. Any agitation in the mind is also silenced. Every projection of the mind is also silenced. Then what remains? Only pure consciousness. This is called as Samadhi. Swamiji, will I be alive? You as an ego will not be there. But you as consciousness definitely will be there. It is like the drop merging in the ocean. Once the drop has merged in the ocean, is the drop there? Yes and no. As a drop it is not there, but now it is as an ocean. The ego dies in that infinite consciousness. The little I dies in the ocean of Supreme I. That is the state. Yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. You know why the mind becomes silent? Mind becomes silent because mind comes to know, Arey, there is nothing for me to chatter. There is no need for me to chatter because everything is already there. Why does our mind chatter? Mind chatters in order to give us happiness and security. Mind is all the time concerned to protect the body, to give happiness to the body. Mind is all the time concerned about our welfare and well-being. That is called as chattering. All the time mind is thinking of only how to give happiness to the I. How to give security to the I. But when that mind turns to the self, it comes to know, Arey, I don't have to give happiness to this I because its nature is happiness. I don't have to give security to this I because its nature is existence. It can never become non-existent. Why am I unnecessarily breaking my head? Uparamate. Kanthabharanam yatha. So this lady, she had a big pendant necklace. So while working, this pendant went behind. And as she was working, she saw that her necklace is missing. Panic started. Then suddenly she went, oh, it has gone behind. It is still there. You understood? This is an example given by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in Atma Bodha. Necklace, it was there. Sometimes it goes back. Then when you look, it is not there. And then there was a panic. She started searching. And suddenly, she found, oh, it is there. Then what happens to the mind? Uparamati. In the same way, whatever you are searching in this world, you find that it is already there. Silence. Atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnaha tada uchyate. So what is the experience at that time? Next verse, verse number 21. Sukhamatyantikam yattad buddhigrahyamatīndriyam vetti yatra na caivāyam sthitaścalati tattvataha Sukhamatyantikam yattad buddhigrahyamatīndriyam vetti yatra na caivāyam. So these are all dhyana phalam. Sukham atyantikam, that state of samadhi, when the mind is absorbed in the self. What is the state? Atyantikam sukham, ultimate bliss. You can't even think of anything higher. As Bible says, peace that passeth all understanding. It's all the same thing only. Atyantikam sukham, which is atindriyam, beyond all sense perception. There is a pleasure which we get from our sense organs. It's much beyond. And another term is used here, buddhigrahyam, which can be grasped by buddhi. Swamiji, just now only you said mind is gone. Now where is this buddhi coming from? So these are the two usages. Sometimes it is said achintyam, that cannot be even thought of. Sometimes it is said no, manase vedam aptavyam. Both are fine. So when it is said buddhigrahyam, it means something which is experienced in a pure intellect, pure mind. So, is there a role of mind in experiencing the self? Yes or no? Yes and no. If the mind is impure, you cannot experience it. Mind has to be pure. But are you experiencing it in the mind? No. You are experiencing in a silent mind. But that silence of the mind comes only in a pure mind. So mind has to cooperate in order to experience this. So we say this is something which is experienced in a pure mind. That's why buddhigrahyam is used. Buddhigrahyam. Remaining where yatra sthitaha ayam tattvataha na eva chalati. Once a person abides in that truth, he will never waver from the truth. Once mind abides in that state, mind will never waver from that state. Why? Mind wavers only when there is a higher state of bliss available anywhere else. Mind wants only one thing. What is that? Bliss, happiness. Whoever can give greater happiness, mind will go there. Now this is Atyantikam Sukham, ultimate bliss. It is like the iron piece. Here is a powerful magnet. Now you keep another small magnet. Where will that iron piece go? It will remain with the powerful magnet only. All the pleasures or the bliss of the world is nothing but reflected happiness. Anandamaya kosha it is. Original bliss is from Atma only. Rest everything is reflected. Now which light is more powerful? Sunlight or the reflected sunlight? So in the same way, that mind which is absorbed in the original bliss will not be tempted by the reflected duplicate bliss. Tattvataha na chalati. The glory of this bliss is such. Next verse number 22. Yam labdhva chaparam labham. Yam labdhva chaparam labham. Manyate nadhikam tatah. Manyate nadhikam tatah. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena. Gurunapi vichalyate. Gurunapi vichalyate. Yam labdhva chaparam labham. Manyate nadhikam tatah. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena. Gurunapi vichalyate. Gaining which yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate na adhikam tatah. He gaining which he doesn't consider any other gain higher than this. Meaning, he knows that this is the highest gain. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. Even the greatest sorrow may come to him, he is not shaken. That is the glory of this state. And this we see in the lives of saints. Of course, the famous Jesus Christ on the cross. Alive, nailed, flesh and blood. Imagine the pain. But what came out of Jesus? Oh Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. Can you imagine the strength? A suffering person can only curse others. It's only a peaceful person who can bless others, forgive others. That infinite bliss, even when your body is crucified. You can't even imagine what that peace must be. So many saints, so many saints. Guru Arjan Dev was another Sikh Guru. What all tortures he had to undergo. He was made to sit in a vessel filled with water, and the water was made to boil. He was made to sit inside. He was not given food for 4-5 days. He was not given water. Then torture began. Made to sit inside that barrel filled with water. Then he was made to sit on a red hot iron sheet. Then hot sand was poured upon him. And all through those times he was saying, "Oh God, your name is the sweetest thing in this world." So he was constantly chanting the name of God. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Greatest sorrow cannot shake that person. There was a Sufi saint called Mansoor. He was also tortured. So at the seat of meditation, he would say, "Anal Haq." Anal Haq means I am God. So some Muslim people, they heard, "How dare you say I am God? You should say I am the servant of God. I am God? How dare?" He said, "See, when I say this, I am not even aware." He is in Samadhi Sthiti. Finally he was called. You are not supposed to say it, otherwise you will be punished. He said, "I am not even aware. We don't want to hear all that." Again, this fellow was also tortured. Hands were cut, legs were cut, all piece by piece, eyes were scooped out. But he was constantly chanting. He was in that state now. Anal Haq. It is that every drop of his blood was chanting Anal Haq. In all, there was another saint called Haridas. What is his story? Not needed, time is up. Not one, not two, plenty of them. Haridas was beaten with that, that whip for chanting Haribol, Haribol. So he was a Muslim, but he was chanting Haribol, Haribol. So others said, "How dare, being a Muslim, you are chanting Haribol? Chant Allahu Akbar something." He said, "No, all God is same. How does it matter?" He did not. So then you have to pay the price. Fine, I'm ready. So in 25 different marketplaces, he was beaten with that whip. So it is said that by 10 beatings, generally the person goes unconscious, and by 20 beatings he is dead. But here, he was taken to 25 different marketplaces, everywhere 100 whips. And the people who were, those guardians who were doing it, they were told, "If this fellow is brought alive, we will kill you." They went to 25 marketplaces and this fellow was still alive. The whole body was bleeding but alive. Then he had compassion for those fellows who were beating him. So he just went into Samadhi. They thought he's dead. Then the body was thrown into Ganges. But it so happened that after some time his body was washed ashore. Again he started Haribol, Haribol. And all these clergies, they came prostrated to him. saying we are sorry. Yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. That is a glory of this state. More of it we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyat Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.